Hello, Fodderschool people. This is the Eats Farts Infamy t-shirt woman, Shelly Sharp. And so this is my Drew book. And I really struggled with getting in and doodling on it. I am a recovering perfectionist. And I love these bits here. This depth and this complexity just jazzes me up. And I love these subtle bits of detail and subtle color changes are super fun. I struggled with this, and I love this little person from the background climbing through with the peek through of the crazy hair. And of course, some big graphic shapes. Like once I started to get big graphic shapes, I was good, but it was tricky. And of course, I have not finished, but I'm not going to stress about it. It's good enough for now. Liz Constable floated my boat. My Imperfect portfolio was a travel to working document with some needles and threads and all kinds of juicy bits because I just went nuts about the died and gone to heaven and serious cluster loving, and that sanding, oh my goodness, got into the sewing machine. Just really, this floated my boat, so much so that I did a little side trip with a little bit of embroidery, not skilled, but something to work on and enjoy. Little bird, ooh. So this just really, as you can see by the quantity, and there's tons more, I got into making mobiles. And that is off-piste, but I couldn't resist a little show off of all this crazy spring and then these lovely little bits. Yay, Liz! All right, moving right along. Lucy was the person who got me into Fodderschool, and that is one of my collages. My inks moved. I was doing the 100-day challenge and drawing chickadees every day, so it was really fun to incorporate that, and I wish I'd done a little bit more. I struggle with a bunch of different pathways all at once, and focus. Focus is a really hard thing, and the idea of a focal point has been really quite critical. This is my recovering perfectionist, my inner critic with the pursed lips and the sneer. Yes, ma'am. Moving on, Dory also really got me going, and they feel garish to me now, but I really enjoyed making them, and hundreds and hundreds of flowers. And I had all these little scrappy bits of canvas from doing framing of set pieces, finished pieces. So I just went wild with these, and I've given one away, and there's another floating around my studio. I need to work on contrast, but that's the Dory. The other thing that was so fun was I got into making them three-dimensional, and I've got all these crazy Dory flowers that was just so much fun. And in Fodderschool, 3-dye Venter shows us the fusing papers to fabric, and I just did it the reverse. All right, after Dory was Tiffany, and I really enjoyed making the washi tape, and again, my perfectionist went crazy. I did a lot of different stencils and a whole work through. I tend to go overboard, I really do, and yep, it's way too much. So I'm kind of glad it's hidden inside, but I did my own lettering. It was a challenge for me, but that's okay. That's all right. So postcards, yeah, I'll just lay down a bunch. I love this. Time feels best kept by dandelion clock. Lettering is something I need to work on. I call this bossy art. Blossom, telling us what to do. I'm a contrarian, so I have a hard time with that, but it's fun. And it's really fun to take a similar image and see it in different places. And this little guy makes me think of snow, which is quite nice. And there's something that's faded in the back, but I won't even try and bring that up. Yeah, so much fun. I wasn't organized enough to really participate in the trade. And that's okay. I've got these lovely things I can use for another time. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed so much of Fodderschool. It took me a while to get my jam and relax relax and stop worrying about the product and just lean into the process. Karen Elaine, I think this is when I kind of started to relax a little bit more and embrace it. I really enjoyed this process. I went and found a whole bunch of quotes. I've learned to be with those I like is enough. Let your soul stand cool and composed before a million universes. I just love Walt Whitman. And I really enjoyed the focal points. Moving into that, they're contrasting. The whole harmonious mother mud color just doesn't work for me. I don't know. I just, it's not my jam, and that's okay. And other people make it work so beautifully, but I have not succeeded in that, and I'm not going to fight myself on it. And the Blizzard book, Hetty Kyle is just a genius. And I'm so glad Karen embraced that and shared that with us. So this was really fun. Now, this is another like off-piste with that fabric with paper fusion with the jelly print. And this, I wanted to make a potion for a poem and collect all these kinds of different things. And the thing that was so fun, because the cover is there, the back kind of serves as a little pocket for other things, and a piece of wasp's nest, and a card with some beautiful dyed paper and some maple keys. So I love that little sort of secret hidden space. Liminal. I love that word, liminal. So this was really evocative for me, and poetry is so important. I'm very frozen there as well, and I'm not done. I think because it's so important. I also crossed paths with the Artist's Way, so I had a bunch of my affirmations in there. So that was super fun. And then this was another. I hope I was in camera. Ooh, because I'm not doing this again. This was a dory flower, sewn all fun with a little belt, and then a bunch of Liz Constable dyed paper. Yum, yum, yum. And I love that cross-pollination of all these beautiful invitations to create and grow. Just delightful. All right, Karen Elaine, you got me going with the flowers. And I really jammed on this one. I got all kinds of little unfinished postcards, but yum, yum, yum. Okay, Megan. Now, I'm covering up my next plate with other bits. I really enjoyed this, and I had to leave my studio and go to my parents' place for the summer. So this was my traveling project, and I feel it's important to be unique, and in some ways I struggle with all of us doing very similar, like everybody's is different, I know, but I like to really be different. So I tried a hexagon instead of just squares, and that was super fun. I made all these stencils and papers before, and then a little sneak in of Ricky Tikki Tavi, and I struggle with using my journals. But it's fun to see what it suggests and start to doodle in. And I really loved all these faces that Megan Quinlan was doing. I found that really inspirational. So I pushed myself to get in there and to make doodles that are less than perfect, to go on writing. And I love the idea of pinning some of these little tags with other tags. Oh, and this was the medals. This was Fodder Challenge, Fodderschool Challenge. So they're in the Fodderschool 3. They're not available anymore. In Fodderschool 2, but there they are. And this is yum. I love the grunge. And watercolors. That was really fun to embrace that. And some Ricky Tikki Tavi snippet roll pockets. Keep flipping. Go speed it up. Hurry up, Buttercup. So yeah, and I got the wrong tape. I went and ordered carpet tape, and it is so sticky. I had to use alcohol to clean my needles afterwards. Yeah, that was brutal. Anyways, not a beautiful binding job, but done nonetheless. And moving right along, Megan, and then Ricky. Ricky Tikki Tavi. This was fun. Snippet roll. Yum. And then parts galore. I love that sponge thing. And I'm kind of at the point where I've got so much in my studio, I'm not getting more. So I just used a makeup sponge, and I actually found a little stamp pad, and just used the stamp pad, a teeny tiny pop-out stamp pad, and that worked just fine. More snippets, lots of Cheiron Elaine stuff, and then tags with all kinds of different lace. So fun. And I want, oh yeah, journals. So I've got all kinds of sort of unfinished pieces. This was one of the other Fodderschool challenges too. Fodder 3 challenge ones. So all kinds of little puppets. So I've got all of these sort of unfinished pieces, and I thought, you know what, instead of throwing them out, this is supposed to be a big tail, not a terrible accident. And this, yeah, all kinds of trying to make myself feel a little better and give myself permission to grow and make mistakes and be okay. So that is kind of where I got to, and I love making books. So, and I had a ton from a studio purge, a ton of stuff left over. So these are all great invitations to get on in, and that's me. Thanks so much.